It gets pretty stressful at the factory. Spending all day experimenting with new types of soldats and all kinds of crazy creations. I feel like I just want to get away for a while. So we're here in Stardew Valley. We're gonna chill. I'm gonna try to make myself, or at least as close as I can get. They don't have any fly-looking trench coats, but they do have some slick shades. And what do I want as a pet? He looks nice. My favorite thing, what's my favorite thing in the whole wide world? I like Metal. Metal's pretty sick. I definitely don't like Mother Miranda. She's a bad one. I almost liked Ethan. He seemed pretty cool until he tried to kill me with my own rocket chainsaw tank. And then he did kill me. That was unfortunate. But I'm back. I didn't actually die. I'm here and my favorite thing is my hammer. So the idea here is I've got some experience with Stardew Valley. This was like years ago. I know there are some updates. I know there's new stuff. I know there's all these new types of farm maps. So I'm here to give it a shot. But I don't want to just go into it without any like real kinds of goals. I want to achieve something, hopefully. And I was looking through the options and you have this option to guarantee year one completion for the community center. This is going to be a mild run. I'm not trying to min-max or anything like that. Now I do want to try out one of these new maps. We're going to go ahead and pick the beach farm because that seems pretty cool. It's like the ultimate getaway. Out of the factory, tropical beach farm sounds like a hell of a time. And I like this dog a lot. It reminds me of the dog I have in the factory. We're skipping the intro. I don't need to watch Grandpa dying in his bed. That's too depressing. We got our parsnips, our snips for short, as the speedrunners call it. You got to shorten everything. So the general idea here is we want to get our scarecrow set up. I don't know how early we want it to be set up. I think this should be enough. I want to use as little energy as possible, basically, which is why I'm hesitant to chop trees and chop logs. We're going to try to be efficient with this. Like I said, we're not trying to min-max, but we do want to get as much done as we can on the first day, which means trying to conserve your energy because we're going to want to buy some more parsnip seeds. We're basically going to run through the whole map and pick up everything we can find. Oh, also, I'm going to try to get full friendship levels with all of the inhabitants of Pelican Town. Now, I think there are other people. There's like a Ginger Island. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get full friendship with anybody living there. There's some kid that lives there. I don't know how that works. Talk to Robin. Unfortunate that she's not marryable. If she was marryable, I'd be all over that. I really don't want to have to wait for Morrow to finish messing with the robot. And of course, Sebastian likely just hiding in his room for his entire life. The perfect daffodil. Like I said, I want to get friendship to max with all the inhabitants of the town. I also want to be able to dance with somebody at the flower dance, because it's always sad when you go to the flower dance, you're just kind of sitting there while everybody's having a good old grand old time. Ooh, unfortunate. We really want to be able to pick up an artifact so we can finish up the archaeology quest to get the extra 100 gold. It's not game breaking. I'm not going to be restarting just because I don't get 5 extra parsnips, but we are going to stop by here. We're not going to buy the seeds just yet because I just want to have the space in my inventory just in case we find something good. Now, one thing you do want to do is dig in the trash like a little feral raccoon, because you can get some good stuff. I think you can even get diamonds. We're going to be digging the trash. We're not going to... Oh my gosh, we got bread. Bread is pretty good. Speaking of having a date for the flower dance, I think I'm going to go with Leah. Leah seems like a good bet, mostly because you can access her loved item over at the Star Drop Saloon, and that item is salad. Simple gal. I'm going to peek down here to see if there are any worms poking their heads out. Oh, and I forgot. This is helpful. Zooming out is fantastic. Please don't be a book. Please don't be a book. It's a book. This game is propaganda. It's trying to get me to read. I'm not a fan. I just want artifacts so I can get my gold. On top of that, from what I remember, when you donate 5 artifacts to the museum, you get 9 cauliflower seeds. And that'd be great to have before the flower festival. Our first milestone is getting as many strawberry seeds as we can when we hit the flower festival, because those have the best value. Even though you aren't getting the max value you could possibly get because you're not planting them at the beginning of the month, they still surpass everything else available to you this early on. Now we want to hopefully find some spring onions down here, and there we go. You can get pretty unlucky and not have any spring onions spawn down here, which is rather unfortunate because energy consumption is a real issue early on. We're gonna have to make a mad dash back to Pierre's. We're gonna sell everything except for a couple of horseradish. I wonder if I can even make it back. Let's go. Let's go. We're going. Gonna sell these 4 three of these 4 horseradishes and one of these daffodils. I just want to keep one of each for that spring foraging bundle because we're going to be using those wild seeds. And yeah, we're going to make it. We can even stop and smell the roses and talk to these people. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1. And we're just going to buy as many parsnip seeds as we can. So let's see. Who else do I need to talk to? Harvey, old man, Alex, Sebastian, little girl. Okay, we've got quite a few. We don't have to get them all right now because I'm not going to be buying any more parsnip seeds until these parsnip seeds that I'm planting right now are ready to go. Oh, there's some leeks. Perfect. All we need is some dandelions and we'll have our bundle complete once we open up the community center. One thing I forgot was getting enough logs to make a chest. And it's actually a little more efficient to chop only the top halves of the trees down and leave the stumps. Slightly more efficient. You get 12 logs and it only takes 10 swings of the axe. Now for the stumps, you get 5 for 5 swings. Not quite as efficient to chop the stumps and the logs, but I mean, we're gonna have to clear them at some point, and I'm not dying to conserve as much energy as possible because of these spring onions. So it's a great find. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clear all this out. I'm going to make a chest and let's store everything except for parsnips. I need a lot of room for these parsnips. You can, from the get-go, organize your plot of land to work with the scarecrow placement, but I'm just gonna kind of make a big old square and then worry about the scarecrow later. The reason why I'm not getting anything besides the parsnips is you actually can't get a scarecrow before the first crow comes in, which is kind of a bad situation. So if you have like cauliflower and potatoes and stuff that you're wanting to use, there's a chance that a crow could come and just pick it right out before it's even had a chance to live its life, and that would be a shame. We want all our crops to survive, and crows are hell-bent on not letting you have that. So we're going for parsnips because even though you have to plant more of them, you know, if a crow gets to it, it's 20 gold as opposed to like 70 gold for kale, which is what we're going to end up using as our main source of money for spring after we pick up strawberries and before we pick up strawberries. So we got all our parsnips down. Now, if you're really trying to min-max, you want to cut as much of this grass as you can to pick up mixed seeds and plant that as well. You know, since I've got extra time, I'm just going to go ahead and clear as much as I can before, you know, about midnight and just plant what I get. Mixed seeds don't get eaten by crows if I'm right, which I could definitely not be correct about that, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say the mixed seeds do not attract crows. I'm going to make a separate plot for just the mixed seeds. Ooh, let's not die. Let's not faint. Bada bing, bada boom. We're ready for bed. So day 2. Day 2, you do get access to the fishing rod, as explained, not by this. Willie is back. He's actually not available on day 1. So if you have any like seashells that you pick up on the beach or mussels or clams or anything, he's not there for you to be able to sell them to. Oh, I didn't water these guys. Ah, they were hidden by the tree. No big deal, no big deal. I'm gonna put up everything except for the hoe and hope that we find some more dig spots. There's one right there. You gotta keep your eyes peeled, and it's just clay. There's Shane. What do you want? Go away. Okay, it's all good. Who else do we have? Alex, Pam. Alex is usually just chilling out over here, tossing a football like a weirdo. He literally has nothing else to do. So we'll have the cutscene play and we'll end up on the pier when we skip. And we're just gonna fish. There's a spot right there. I don't know if the pole will even reach that far, but we shall see. Oof, not even close. So what we're trying to get here is a sardine, and I'll keep fishing until I get one. And there it is. That's some pretty good luck. Some algae in the trash. Mmm, yum, yum, yum. If eating algae straight from the source is bad enough, getting it from the trash in Downey is holy moly. We're not going to bother going to Pierre's to sell this leek and these dandelions, but we are going to talk to Leah and give her a daffodil. And then we're going to pop on down over here and see if we can't pick up sunfish and I think a chub. Basically, this whole run hinges on getting a deluxe barn before fall 15. If you're not able to get a pig on your farm in a deluxe barn before then you have no chance finishing that bundle, which I can't remember the name of. We're not trying to get as much money as possible, but we're just trying to get enough to comfortably afford the barns as we need them. It's a huge investment just for truffles. Now, if I'm able to get a truffle at the traveling cart, that saves a lot of hassle. It saves about 70,000 gold. And if I'm able to do that, we're going to be in business. That's like the find, besides getting a red cabbage seed, which is guaranteed, but we still absolutely need to get it. A truffle at the traveling cart would be absolutely magnificent. It basically makes this run just a normal, like, chill run. Come on, fishy. Come on, fishy. Come on, fishy. What are you doing now? Should have got the training rod. All right, another chub and a geo. Let's throw this pine cone away. I don't need it. I really don't need anything else. I'm hoping to pick up a bream right here. It's just going to be some algae. I'm going to call it there. there, go back up to the farm, drop everything off. I've already leveled up fishing from the fishing I've done so far. So I'm gonna stash all of my goodies, except for the stuff I'm gonna sell. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and go up to the mountain lake. Ooh, there's some coral, more foraging XP, and more money. And I still need to talk to Sebastian, Pam, George. I think Sebastian comes out of his little hole pretty soon. Ooh, we have a fishing spot. That is great. Oh, well, it's gone. No biggie. I know fishing is by far the most riveting part of the Stardew Valley experience. I mean, it's great for me. I love fishing in the game. Oh, carp too. Carp is good to have. But I'm gonna speed down here, catch Sebastian. And then there's George, who I can't access right now because he doesn't really leave the house. And then Pam, who's probably at the bar. I'll just have to talk to George tomorrow. I'm gonna save the largemouth bass for tomorrow. I think you can still catch largemouth basses on rainy days. But I also need to come back down here tomorrow to catch a shad while it's raining. Pretty sure you can only catch shads while it's raining. But we're gonna spend the rest of the night doing this. Screw it. Let's raise our fishing level as much as it's gonna go up. We're gonna need to get it up to level 6 anyway in order to unlock the fiberglass rod. We want all our money invested into strawberries. Strawberries are going to be huge for us. And we got the bream. Nice. Every fish counts towards our XP and towards our bank account. And we got a chub. Alright, I'm gonna call it there. All this extra fishing is completely superfluous. Unfortunate, I don't have another carp to sell. Boom, 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 boom. Extra money that we can use for strawberries once the festival comes around. Now, what I can do is get this pick out and just do some cleanup around the farm, make it look a little bit nicer, raise that mining skill a little bit while I'm at it. And I'm about to collapse, but since my fishing level was raised through all the fishing I did, we're going to wake up the next day with full energy. And since I have $0, no gold gets taken from me. So everything's all nice and tidy, and we've got a rainy day, and we've got almost 700 gold in the bank, which is nearly enough for 7 strawberry seeds. Hopefully, we'll be able to afford an entire colony of strawberries before the end of spring. But that's gonna have to wait for the next episode. This does it. I hope you enjoyed your stay at the Heisenberg vacation farm, I should say. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm not gonna be raining unless it's rainy. I'm not gonna be raining. I'm not gonna be fishing unless it's a rainy day.